right, let's get in on this conversation. NFTs, you may have heard about it, but if you haven't, let me tell you this. The future of technology and NFTs are the future, literally. I mean, it's some of the ways people are starting to make some really cool cash, but what exactly is it and why is pop culture going crazy over it? That's the big question. Now, most of your favorite celebrities are already buying into it. Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Lindsay Lohan, even Don Jazzy here in Nigeria. So on Arise 360 today, we have something special for you. We're going to get into this conversation with a quick crash course on it. It's all you should know right now about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And to do this, I've got my guest in the studio today. He goes by the name Jeffery Benson. He is an NFT expert, and he's on the show with me right now on Arise 360. Let's get on it. Jeffery Benson, thanks for joining me on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so let's begin. NFTs, what is it?
Yeah, NFTs is an acronym which simply means non-fungible tokens.
Okay.
Just as you already know, like non, we already know what fungible is used for what replaceable, all right?
Okay.
So if you're talking about NFT, that simply means non-replaceable token.
Okay.
All right? So those are what we call rarity. Anything that is rare, people attach more value in it, okay? The more people demand a particular product, demand a particular picture, the more the hike in price. So that's just the whole idea about it, and people are really getting super pumped about the whole sphere.
I agree with you, but what I want to understand is, from what we've seen with our favorite celebrities, for instance, Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Eminem, even Jack Dorsey, you know, what he did was the first tweet that ever went out there, he sold that. You have Paris Hilton getting in on this as well. You have Snoop Dogg giving out a painting, not even a painting, more like a picture, something that it looks like a monkey, hideous creature.
But apes and all of these things.
Exactly. Elon Musk put out a picture of a woman's tweet that, you know, it was a guy and a lady on a bed and looking at, you know, the Bitcoin charts. And it went for $28,000. What I need to understand is, what makes this different from the auctions at Sotheby's? Why? What is this? I mean, it's not even cute.
All right, so NFTs basically are built on hypes. All right, so the more I keep that particular product and the more people demand for it, okay, the same reason why you want to buy a Patek Philippe wristwatch, get the certification and want to resell it for. So that's the same reason why people want to collect NFTs and hold it, waiting for a particular hike price, and then they sell. Like there's a story of a guy, Mike Wickelman, popularly known on the internet as Beeple. All right, so he's a guy that sold one of the most expensive art in the world. He sold that particular collection of art for $69 million US.
Okay, so what made it the most? I mean, who determines the value is what I want to ask. Like,
the people value, like you currently have, let's say for example, before Michael Jackson died, everyone knew Michael Jackson is a pop star, everyone loved him and all of that. Before he died, probably must have signed an autograph for you, and while signing that autograph, he was filming himself and he put that online and that video went viral. So people are like, okay, who is this dude who has this last autograph of Michael Jackson? So maybe someone in Saudi Arabia is currently looking for you, okay, what if I give you $50,000 for that particular thing?
Why would you give me $50,000 for that?
They want to have ownership over that autograph that was last signed by Michael Jackson, just for like a pride thing. The same reason why you want to, like the other day I was listening to an interview by a popular politician. He was talking about how a particular car of his, which is parked in his living room, is just two in the world. So for him to have just said that, that shows that people really concerned, maybe for ego reasons or something, people are really concerned about rarity.
Yeah.
So you are paying for that particular thing because it is rare. No other person has it. It is irreplaceable.
So what you're telling me right now is, for instance, my voice is rare. Duh.
Exactly.
My voice is rare.
You're getting the gist.
If I make a recording, for instance, I say I love Arise 360 and it's on Arise News. That is the only voice of that particular sentence in the world. And I put that up. Can it go as an NFT?
Yes, it can. The only one thing that you need to do is about the hype. You have to hype it, make sure people are really interested, your followers are really interested in hearing that particular thing, and it is just the same way like, Popo memes, the way it's really going viral and all this. You can create those things into an NFT.
Well, let me get this, because that's a very valid point. Right? So we all know about the Aki and Popo memes online. The Iwi, the one where he's dancing. Literally, they have one of the biggest like emojis when it
Memes
comes
everywhere.
from Nigeria right now.
Even
And
India, I have friends in India that
that
message
send it to
telling
you,
me,
right?
yeah.
And these are all from movies they've done in the past because their faces, they just have the biggest
Very
reactions.
cool.
So now, if I take that and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I want to list this and sell it, it's not my picture. I
Correct.
did not create it.
Yeah.
Am I able to make money off of that? Or does it have to be either Chinedu Ikedieze or Sita Iheme that sells that as an NFT?
Fantastic. The online space doesn't work that. It's who comes to, like, the first person to list that particular product or particular image or particular meme or particular GIF. That's the person that has the right to that particular thing.
But it's not your face.
But who cares? People are ready to pay if it really pops.
Can I sue?
Yeah. I
mean,
it's an
you
online
can try.
space, like this is a decentralized system.
Yeah.
So you remember it's NFT. So I've only explained the non-fungible, non-replaceable. The token stands for the Ethereum blockchain. All right.
Okay.
So when we are talking about Ethereum, any cryptocurrency, we all know that these things are decentralized. You can't track them.
You can't.
I'm
They're
sending
just like
money
their
to
codes
you.
and-
Exactly. No one knows where it's coming from.
You don't even know your own code.
Exactly. The name.
You know?
It's 115 digits, scattered number, alphanumeric, stuff like that. That's how it just basically works.
Quite honestly, I find that really interesting. And looking at the security of the blockchain in itself, I remember having to log back into my blockchain account and I was looking for my code, like my life was about to, like, it was the scariest 15 minutes ever because I knew it was somewhere, but I didn't just know where. So like you said, it's something that you cannot track. It's something that everybody can see. It's like the bank, for instance, how the bank sends codes, you transfer, receive money. But this time around, the whole world is watching.
Is watching in
as
blockchain
these
ledger.
transactions happen.
Yeah.
So in terms of now, celebrities getting big into this conversation, is it something that only celebrities can get in on, or do we have, for instance, Don Jazzy?
Yeah.
You recently did that with one of his extended playlists.
Making $300,000.
$300,000 off of that.
Yeah.
Can anyone get into it?
Now, the reason why celebrities are actually taking much advantage of this is because one of the things for you to drive an NFT, for it to really make sense, you need follower demand. All right? So it would really not make a lot of sense if someone somewhere who doesn't really, who is not well known, is putting out a particular thing that it does not. Everything about NFTs is by hype. You understand? So everything, you have to really have name there, maybe an autograph or maybe a particular line, maybe a particular thing that you just used to say, like David, all these guys, Whiskey, they have a particular word that they keep repeating. They can turn those things to NFTs and even
so
ticket
you mean
shows.
Ichok can be an NFT?
Thank you, Ichok. If you're the first person to bring up that stuff and you have a particular meme to read, like stuff like that. And
Like Ichok can be an
yes.
NFT?
Yes.
Fantastic. So if I've gotten anything from this conversation that we're having right now, it's that one, you don't have to be a huge celebrity, but it pays to be popular and have a huge amount of following to sell an NFT successfully.
Correct.
And then it could be any form of art. It could be any form
Anything
of...
at all.
It could be anything at all.
Anything
So it could be a picture. It could, because the ones I've been seeing, what is up with the monkeys? Why are people making those
These are
monkeys?
what we call
Those monkeys are hideous. I'm sorry.
These are bored
They're
apes.
not cute.
These are bored apes. Now, here's one thing. They've got like different categories that appears in the website. Like they've got a lot of rarity website. We have a lot of them. That I don't know. We have a lot of them, but we have the bored apes. We have the other one, the punk. All these punk ones. We also have the one by Gary V. Gary V also has another one.
He's big on that.
He's really big on his bullish with NFT. So another thing is, it's not compulsory you create your own. This is what you have noted. It's not compulsory you create your own. You can actually go to meet someone and purchase the one that he's already listing. Okay, you buy in the hopes that, okay, this is going to appreciate tomorrow, then you resell. In fact, most people are actually doing that right now. I have friends, all of my colleagues, that are doing that on steroid.
So you basically just get from another person something another person has created.
Yeah, popular person.
Would you say that this is something that is going to stay? I mean, is it going to just take us out of physically purchasing items? For instance, like physically purchasing voiceovers, physically purchasing art collectors, art dealers. Is this something that is going to just transcend to NFTs, where people are buying in an online space that could get these products valued faster?
Exactly. I'm super pumped about this whole idea. It's something that has come to stay, but I don't really believe that it's going to wipe the whole physical thing out just yet, all right? It's a process. And just as movie tickets, the way show ticket like whiskey tickets, O2 Arena, everything can be in form of NFT. Maybe creating a bored ape. Okay, if you've got this bored ape, you can actually have and access into the VIP. So that will drive demand. People want to get that particular Bored Ape, so that may increase the price. So if you resell a particular NFT, yeah, you could reserve a particular percentage that comes to you. Most times, it's always 10%, which the commonest one, 10%, a particular percentage that comes to you when that particular NFT is resold to another person. So that's why people actually prefer NFT to a real world selling this particular album or EPs.
You get to, you know what we're going to do right now? We're not done with this conversation. I think, like I said, 10-minute crash course within the world of NFTs, but we're going to take a quick break on Arise 360 right now. When we do get back to the show, we're going into the metaverse. I know it's a lot to take in. I'm scared as well. Stay with us. We'll be right back with some more on Arise 360. You're welcome back to the show. I'm Kachi Offiah, and you're watching Arise 360. So, non-fungible tokens, NFC, they are still a topic that goes mostly unexplored, by the vast majority of the population, if we're being honest. Moreover, to be honest, when you start to talk about their implementation in the metaverse, the sample proof of people who don't think you're speaking an alien language will decrease even further. Some people just even go, what was this? I'm sure people are even doing it like, what's she talking about? Well, in reality, NFTs in the metaverse are not as complex as you would first assume. Now, when it comes to how the NFTs in the metaverse are going to work, there are a plethora of ways, different avenues that it could actually take. The first and most notable would be the broad range of virtual items one can actually buy in the metaverse. This could range from things like, houses, art, furniture, as well as other virtual items you could actually imagine. All of this, is stuff that you can actually get in the metaverse. But for now, let's talk about how you can, relate NFTs to the metaverse. But before we begin that conversation, let us now talk about what exactly the metaverse is.
All right. So the metaverse is actually a virtual world. Just imagine us, we are right here live, we can as well have this same thing in a virtual world. But the only way you can get access to this thing is using the virtual reality gear. I'm sure you must have seen this very popular in mall these days.
Yeah, we have a couple of clips of that.
Exactly. So having a virtual reality where they put that in there, those things can really be scary. See people really screaming. There's some very popular videos on Instagram that come up, people screaming, shouting their hell out and all of that. So the metaverse is a virtual reality. In fact, as a matter of fact, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, of recent changed their name to Meta. So that's telling you how big this space is going to be in no time. Like, it is futuristic. He's not just the only one. There are thousands and thousands of the big tech guys who are coming into play. Like, the metaverse, you need the VR gear, that is virtual reality gear, to go in. We have a lot of companies creating that now, and it's really getting really popular. And also, we have, of recent, I saw on Instagram, where Mark Zuckerberg published a video where he was posting about a haptic glove.
Yeah.
That haptic glove, what it helps you to do is to be able to feel things. Just the same way I can feel this table, I can touch this whole thing. You can as well put on that glove in reality and still feel things. I can touch you in the virtual reality, even if it's an avatar.
So I'll tell you this, right, Jeffrey. Yeah. I watched the movie Ready Player One.
Great.
And that movie basically explains what the metaverse is. It does. And when I saw it, I envisioned a world where you could literally be walking on the road and you have people in the virtual reality glasses and they're like punching into the air. Because they're fighting a battle in the metaverse. And it's so real. You make friends there. You can have relationships.
And you make money.
Okay, now let's talk about that part.
Great.
How exactly do you make money in the metaverse? Unless you're like Paris Hilton, who created a metaverse on Roblox, the application, the game app. How else do you make money?
There are a lot of things you could do on metaverse. Like, a time is like, we've got games, just the same way you see people playing games. Like right now, I love the way technology sort of just comes slowly and then later on just catches up with everyone. Like, it's like nightmare. The first way they brought out this thing, they brought out in form of games. I remember getting one with my Samsung where I just plug it in. I'm able to see, I'm able to play game, tempo, and all of these things in my head. So you could actually play game. Remember Subway Surf?
Yeah,
that game
Subway Surfers,
that guy is running and collecting coins. That's the same way you could actually collect coins that are actually spendable in real life.
Really?
So they've got a special token. Each people have their, like Facebook have got their metaverse. Like, they are three biggest right now as we speak. We've got the Sandbox, we've got the Axie Infinity, we've got the Mana, the Decentraland Mana. So all of them have got their special tokens that work with them. Like for the Axie Infinity, we have a coin that is for that, which is Axie Infinity coin. For the Decentraland mana, we've got mana. So in that game, when you're playing, you can actually collect mana. Right now, as we speak, one mana to dollar is currently $2.90 something cent. So imagine collecting about 1,000 mana. That simply means $1,000 times 2.9.
Sorry, I'm gonna just see you're talking money now, so you're getting my attention. Let's go back to the name of the game again.
It's getting real, yeah.
The name of the game exactly. What is it?
It could just be any game, like
okay, just basically any game that the coin.
Could be car race, could be football, soccer.
And then as you play the games, where you get coins to get lives and all of that, could be in this manner you're talking about.
In that
That's amazing. And then of course we're learning that you can also sell NFTs, like the way, for instance, Paris Hilton's Metaverse.
Yeah.
She has a Metaverse in Roblox. Roblox is a computer game that lots of kids are obsessed with. My cousin downloads it on my phone all the time. I hate Roblox. I'm like, I do not understand. The people in Roblox just look like Legos, and I've never been such a huge fan.
It's like Minecraft.
Exactly. So in Roblox, basically, you have houses. It's like you're living a life there.
Yeah.
And now Paris Hilton has her own estate or her own universe within Roblox. Built in there. So what people are now saying is, if I have an NFT, let's say like the Mona Lisa, it's rare, I bought it, I can actually have that in Paris Hilton's Metaverse. I can use NFTs to furnish this person's Metaverse. For instance, Paris Hilton could say, listen, I want to furnish my place. Let me see what NFTs you guys have. And she's buying. So I'm just thinking, everything, but it's not, is it real?
It is real. Like people
is it
are
real?
Making money. It is real.
It's not real.
Now let me tell you how this thing
works.
The same way, like in the early 90s, the same way the elderly people felt, okay, Facebook, Instagram, all of these things that were coming, like internet. When I mean like early 90s because Facebook came in 2009. Early 90s, people felt, okay, the internet was for the younger ones. But right now, I'm telling you, even the grandmas, no one that doesn't even have up to 2 Facebook accounts. I can say that for real. Now, so that's how this thing is slowly and surely dawning on us. So one very good thing about the metaverse and relating with NFT is just, you talk about the Mona Lisa picture that was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and we know how much that could, I think that was one of the top 3 most expensive art in the world. So having that and putting it in a house, like there are some of my friends, they currently have lands. They buy lands in Metaverse. So I tell my people, I just make joke. Okay, if you're unable to buy land in real life, you're unable to buy land in Lekki, don't worry. You're unable to buy a house, don't worry. You can go buy in NFT. You can go buy in Metaverse. We make joke about that. So people are actually buying and building. You can go to decentraland.com. You're going to see what I'm saying. You see real.
You go to where?
Decentraland.com.
Yeah.
You see actual houses that are right there. Those houses cost, some of them, 500,000 mana. Remember how much I told you one mana costs?
Yeah.
So that's way more than $1 million.
And you're saying that, I mean, why do I feel like, this is just something that, because I'm trying to think of the sustainability.
It's very sustainable.
How sustainable is it?
It's very sustainable. Like there are people, a time will come that it's a need, demand. We also what happened with the COVID-19, how people have to stay home, no communication. But with the metaverse, I can go out on a date with my favorite chick. You understand? I can ask you, okay, what's up? Just the same way you just see, you feel.
And you can feel it with the
with the haptic glove.
Haptic glove.
Yes. Huh. There are clothes that you can wear too, that you can feel, you can hug.
I would tell everyone watching Arise 360 right now that, you should probably go see Ready Player One to get a bigger picture because it explains it in detail. Plus, it's a fun film. Jeffery Benson, this has been epic. I feel like I just got like a crash course in 20 minutes on NFTs and then the metaverse. But thank you for putting this whole thing into a better perspective. Why celebrities are just diving right in, why they're going crazy about it. Now it makes so much more sense. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having you sometime soon to, talk about this some more. For now